This is the Ninja CREAMi. I've used it loads, it's brilliant, and with the weather being so hot in the UK right now, everyone kind of likes ice cream. But you guys told me about Lidl's own version called the Freezy, which is significantly cheaper. So 2 days ago on the launch day, I popped there. Morning, it's 8 AM, Lidl has just opened. I did come here at 7 AM, but that's another story. I was here on my own. Let's see if we can get this machine. I think this is it. It's $69.99. I just got distracted by the middle of Lidl because I've just seen a slow juicer as well. I might have to do a follow-up video. Now, the only thing I will say straight off the bat is there's these tubs here. I can't see any spare ones to buy. Right, my first impressions are, it fits in my boot, it's a nice thin box, but also it is exceptionally light. Also, there's what appears to be a lady wearing earmuffs. See that? I don't know why she's wearing earmuffs, but maybe it's a new fashion thing. And here it is out of the box. It does look scarily similar, but this $69.99 machine is based on the original Ninja CREAMi, which is on the screen right now and retails around about $199 currently, because this is the Ninja CREAMi Deluxe. There's not much difference between it. You have slightly larger tubs, which we'll show later. There's a few extra settings as well, but both kind of have that same format where you've got this bucket thing that the tubs go in, whereas this one, the tubs just instantly lock in, and the similarities do not end there. Gotta say, as cheap and as light as it feels, it is quite robust. But look, we've got ice cream, sorbet, light ice cream, smoothie bowl, gelato, milkshake, and then plus the extras bit here when you want to add any fillings, and then the respin button, which is really important function for the Ninja whenever you want to sort of go through it again if it's a little bit too snowy. Now, if we just go to the Ninja, look, you have got that respin mode here, the mix-in mode. Although with the deluxe one, you can actually do the top and the bottom if you want, but to be fair, I only ever tend to do it full anyway, and of course, all those modes plus a couple of extra ones. I'd say the only thing you're not getting here is like that tub holder here, which does kind of lock it and keep it all in place neatly. You've got the lid here. This is the Creamify paddle, which basically does all the work. We'll have to see what Lidl call theirs, but that just drops out and does pretty much most of the work. So that's on the deluxe version and the standard CREAMi one as well. But have they found that it's not actually needed? There's other similarities, like the cable's the same length. It's also both 800 watts in power. Recently I tested the Ninja Swirl and we found out how loud that machine was. It's a bit loud. Well, I've actually bought a decibel reader, so today we can compare the noise of this versus that. I'm hoping it's gonna be roughly the same. Well, basically, in this big old box that we saw, there was the machine. You've got the fairly standard instruction and warranty booklet, but one thing I will say for Silvercrest, thank you, I'm the unofficial spokesperson for Silvercrest. Remember I said I'd love to be sponsored by them. I've got a bit of a soft spot for them. I don't know what it is. But yeah, even when I do Ninja videos and I slate them, people are like, yo, you're still sponsored. 100% not. You would know. I would tell you. But for Silvercrest, they have actually gone quite glossy on the manual. They've tried to compete with, I mean, with Ninja, you get so many resources and stuff. It is good. But for both of these, I will say it's quite thick pages. The first pages are German. There's a little bit of English and then all the other languages. It generally is quite an international machine. And the only thing we have is basically something that looks so similar. How have they got away with that? Something that looks just like the Creamify paddle or whatever it's called. So similar. Oh wow, it just pulls out as well. That's not locking in as well as it does. But you've got like this lock-in mechanism there that just bites it in there. That is secure. Whereas this has just got kind of like suction pad. I mean, it's there. It's gonna take a fair bit to get it out. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, and whereas that's called the Creamerizer paddle, this is simply called the cross-shaped blade. Doesn't sound as exciting, does it? I know you're probably thinking, well, there's one thing missing, isn't there? There is. To make the ice cream in these machines, you need some tubs like this. Yes, inside the box the other day, I was pleasantly surprised to find this long rectangular piece of cardboard that contained 3 separate tubs, all with a capacity of around 500 ml, which is just under a pint. Now, we'll see those again in a bit because I've already started using them, but one of the comparisons I was looking at was the difference between that and the Ninja one. The fittings on the bottom, I was thinking, oh wow, you could probably use it in different machines. You definitely can't, and I think we've seen that even more so, because those bottoms on the end, as we're showing on the screen right now, certainly are not gonna line up with this. That's literally what locks the feet into place to give it a nice secure blend. Whereas on this one, we just lock it in and twist it and it goes. Like I say, I can't show you those tubs because in that freezer, we've already started. To make the strawberry sorbet, get yourself a big old blender and some strawberries that have been hulled. So I've actually got twice as much there because I'm making double the batch. Also squeeze on some lemon juice and sugar to taste, as much or as little as you want. Depends how sweet your strawberries are really. And whiz away, keep going until it's nice and smooth, and it's actually quite mesmerizing to look at. I love the vibrant color of it. I love strawberry sorbet as well. Despite making a little bit of a mess, I poured it into both of the tubs, getting it as even as I could, and then, well, passing it in between for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Yeah, that'll do. The Lidl one has got these 3 points on it that I have to line up with the top, but it does fit on quite nicely. Whereas the Ninja just, yeah, it's pretty darn snug. And then into the freezer to set for 36 hours. And here we go. One thing I actually learned with the creamy, you must make sure you freeze it like so it's level. If you've got like some peas in your freezer or something, don't have it off balance. It really can harm the shaving. So I think we'll do the Ninja one first. All right, lid comes off. Oh. Okay, so sorbet. Yeah, I really have forgotten how loud that machine is. We'll test the audio in a bit, all right? But that looks, oh yeah, for a sorbet, that looks pretty good. And the really cool thing is, no pun intended, we can put that on for the time being and put that in the freezer. Now that sits in like that, but on the cup here, we've got a padlock that's locked and unlocked. So apparently we line the padlock up and then twist. That's bitten quite nicely, actually. Sorbet. And to get it out, I guess we just the other way. Oh, wow. That feels interestingly safe. Oh, very similar texture. Yeah, I've got to be honest, even the way the blade is worked up the tub there, you can see there's got that kind of like lighter color at the top and pretty similar in color, to be honest, and texture consistency. Let's do the Ninja first. It's a sorbet, so it does need a little bit of work. Oh, that looks good. Look at this. That actually helps. Oh, that I've got a slightly deeper. Oh no, it's so cold. It's latched to my ice cream scoop. This is my self-heating one, which is, I've shown it on videos before. It's not actually that great. Yeah, it's a bit old school, but one of these classic ones where you've got like the lever, genuinely, they do come out a bit better. Look, that's just gonna pop out there. But even that actually is so cold. No, it didn't, it's out as well. Ah, that is latching to the metal. That's fine. Mrs. B's gonna try this anyway. And what I mean by that is like, oh, I'm not the one that's gonna eat it. I mean more as in like, she doesn't care. She's just gonna wanna have sorbet. But yeah, I just wanna shit with that one as well. Like both of them where it's been cold for that long, it's just too cold. Maybe we can let it stand for a little bit. But the one thing I will say, the texture is exceptionally similar. Oh, there we go. That's a bit better. So this is the Silvercrest Ninja. Right, mate?
Hello.
One thing is, does it taste the same?
Okay.
Is the texture the same? Do you have a preferred one? That's literally it, okay?
Okay.
What a great job. Do you like it?
Yeah. Okay, good. Nice and smooth. Like a sorbet.
Good.
Okay.
Is there any difference in texture?
This one's creamier. Like a softer... I can't describe it. This one's like... It's just like a creamier texture.
It was made by the Creamy.
Was it?
Yeah.
That
really?
one, I can taste it's more crumbly.
Is it?
Yeah. And
That's a nice sorbet. Oh, okay.
I think they taste slightly different too.
Wow.
You see what I mean?
Yes, 100%.
That's just so strange.
It's almost like the little pips, little seedy bits in the strawberry. You're getting those bites, aren't you?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. It was going so well. And this is just the first test, so I won't put you through the audio one. I wasn't expecting Mrs. B to say that. Hopefully you saw like I did visually, they looked exactly the same, but like the Creamy did actually make it more creamy. So this next test, we're gonna actually try and help the Lidl Silvercrest one by using a recipe from their own book and also do the decibel test at the same time. So for the hazelnut ice cream, we take a frying pan and pour in some ground hazelnuts. We then put that over a hob on a low flame. Make sure you move it constantly to start to toast it up. I'm having to move this often because it's toasting really fast, but it smells incredible. Yeah, just taking us off the heat now. Hopefully you can see it has changed in color a little bit. That's supposed to be a smiley face, but it can catch so quickly. I do not want burnt ice cream. The recipe then tells me to pour the nuts into a pan of milk. The nuts were still holding so much heat, it actually warmed it up. But then at the same time, it did cool it down too, and we do want it to infuse, so we did return it to the hob and warmed it up again, stirring it continually to really get that hazelnut flavor into the milk. I mean, effectively, we're just making nut milk, right? Now, it does say to pass this through a fine sieve to get the bits of ground hazelnut out, but they're so small, I don't know if I'll get every bit, and I kind of like the idea of putting it in there anyway, giving it a bit of texture. Leave that to one side to cool, and then you can work on your egg yolks. So they get whisked together with some sugar, a little bit darker at first, but as you whisk it, it gets airier, lighter, and creamier, which seems to be the buzzword today. Although I am feeling quite sorry for the Lidl machine. I kind of hoping today was going to be a bit more freezy. You can definitely see what they're trying to do there with the creamy and the freezy wording, you know? But anyhow, with our egg mixture a little bit lighter, we can slowly incorporate the milk mixture in it, stirring continuously. Keep doing that in little batches. That was little batches, not Lidl batches. batches. Don't be tempted to pour it all in one go. Just keep stirring it in there to incorporate it slowly through. And that is that base mix done with the nuts still in there. So pour them into both the containers, lids on, into the freezer, and 36 hours later, there, thanks tripod. Ooh, look at this. They've settled, but they've settled the same. Look, the separation. I think the nuts have kind of decided to go top and bottom, and there's like a band of pure ice cream of what it maybe wanted to be in the middle, but I do like a little bit of texture in there. All right, standard ice cream is 2 minutes. This is a decibel reader. $87 decibels. But I think we can all agree, 87 decibels is considerably loud. Oh, hello. It's considerably loud. That looks a perfect consistency. No respin needed on that. Well, let me just double check, because remember, this is Lidl's recipe. No, that looks fantastic. And to be fair, like we were saying, a lot of it, it's all smooth there. There's just some nuts on the side. So I'd say about 95% of it is probably perfectly smooth. I've just Googled what is the 87 decibel equivalent. And apparently it's either heavy traffic heard inside a car or the sound of a heavy duty food blender, which actually is possibly what it's supposed to be. I don't know, this one did sound louder anyhow. All right, turn it on, ice cream. .91 decibels apparently is the sound of a pneumatic drill. I will say as well, look at that banding there. It looks almost identical, like it hasn't fully scraped the sides. Whereas this one, look, it did sort of, it's pushed most of it up. If you have a bit at the bottom and that might have been settled, and indeed, as we saw, possibly just stuck there. Maybe that's what it is, it just didn't scratch it enough, but that's something to bear in mind. Okay, so I've got this stand here, Mrs. B will not know which one is which. I feel like accidentally the first test ended up being about like the creaminess. We've tested the decibels, it was fairly close, but I think I'd rather not stand next to a pneumatic drill. It was definitely louder. Whereas this also might test about sort of like the scattering of it in terms of like how well did it actually reach the sides? Did it like, you know, these chopped, they're fine ingredients. Did it get it around? Has it moved it? So let's do the creamy one. Oh, it is a soft ice cream. That is delicate. Oh, okay. Much, much easier than the sorbet, but I can actually see this one does look grittier. It actually does look it. Oh my gosh. And I'm not sure if you can see there is some banding in it. It almost looks slightly, oh my gosh, it really does. It looks a different color. Look at that. It's the same thing. Mrs. B shall surely spot that, but I hope it doesn't sway her decision, and she might like the cheaper one.
Very nice.
Yeah, all right. Any difference?
This one feels creamier.
Yeah, I mean, it looks a lot creamier as well. Look how smooth that is.
Is that the Ninja CREAMi?
It is, yeah.
They taste the same though.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I share?
No.
Okay.
I don't think that doesn't taste bad with it being crumbly.
That is, actually, I think the sorbet was grittier.
Yeah.
No, actually, that is what I kind of hoped would be the same with the sorbet. That is very, very similar. Okay. I would say visually, though, for an ice cream, the creamy still wins. It looks smoother. This looks more like a sorbet. And if you're interested, the Lidl machine is 4 decibels louder.
Oh, really? That's loud, right?
Pneumatic drill. All right, so with this test, I really hope that both machines do it well, because I think it's going to be delicious. We're going to test like that mixing process, adding in the little fillings. Like we've got cookie dough, we've got some marshmallows, I'll show you. But first of all, we needed to make the base mixture. Today's not really the video for it, but I've talked about it before, how like the better fat, so full fat soft cheese, full fat milk, it really does help the consistency of the ice cream. Ice cream loves fat. Add in some cocoa powder, some sugar, and some vanilla extract. And it told me to give it a blooming good old mix together until it was combined. It was a little bit stiff at first, but I think it kind of got there in the end. I hope I've done that right. That looks more like a brownie batter. Add in some double cream. I don't know what this is gonna be, but I kind of like it. Yeah, it really felt like nothing was happening, but then... Oh, it's breaking it down now. Oh my gosh, did you see that change in colour? That was incredible. Well, so let's get the full fat milk in and make it paler again. My goodness. Yeah, it resulted in what I think is absolutely a gorgeous chocolate looking base mix. Cream cheese, a little bit different. After a bit of a messy pour, they went into the freezer for 36 hours. So for now, again, ice cream, 2 minutes. Well, I wasn't going to put you through that noise again, but look, that has actually, to be fair, compared to what it was, blended a lot of those colours together. Yeah, so just to show you, this is the recipe we're following, and I've not done this base mix before, but I have made it, and it is gorgeous. So it does give you the option with the deluxe one, I say, you can either do the top or the bottom for the mix-ins, but to be fair, for the little one, we'll just do full. Well, because basically that's the only option it's got. But basically what we do is pull it out. Oh my word, that looks delicious consistency. Ooh. Oh no. This is the thing. Sometimes I find, even with the creamy recipes, like that, don't get me wrong, it's going to taste delicious. And I was thinking, cream cheese, no, it's not that much. You've not got that stability sometimes, like when you use egg yolks and things. That is, right. Because what you're supposed to do is part it, and then we've got some like cookie dough here. Let's get that in. I mean, it should effectively still randomize it. I've got some Oreo pieces, some nuts, and some marshmallows. Okay. Full, and then you just press mix in. And that's gonna mix in something that might naturally sink to the bottom of that base mix. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get this in the freezer as quick as possible, and I think I might get Mrs. B to test it almost straight out of the tub and do like a dunk test to see if she can see the scattering. Right. Yeah, I was hoping I might get a chance to test the respin function, but I don't think that's gonna be needed. Oh my gosh, one thing to say though, the Ninja, you can see again, that pattern, it really did push through that. And that's quite a good consistency like that. I mean, I just shouldn't do anything to it now, just leave it like that. But no, it seems to be, once it churns, it really does soften it up. It would be so funny if with this one, like it's better than our, oh my gosh, it potentially is. No, there's still some movement in that. Look, it is the Ninja recipe. What? Oh, might as well do the same again now. I'll get some Oreos, some marshmallows, some nuts. This is cookie dough that I've actually had to cook. That's quite full. Okay, but this goes back on. That's so full, oh my gosh. Oh, let's try it. Yeah, I think it's fair to say that was, oh my gosh, a trifle full. Oh gosh, oh, it's stuck now. It's actually stuck, how do you get this out? I have to get a spoon to help me. Oh no, oh gosh. There you go. It's not very easy to hold this, but then I think that was filled right to the max. Now that's not their fault. That's a Ninja recipe. Let's get that in the freezer too. It's definitely cold. To give that a little bit of time in the freezer, we're going to finish up with what I was going to sort of make and conclude with my final thoughts of this machine. In fact, it's a milkshake, and the only instructions on how to use it, it just basically says, milkshake, blend your homemade or store-bought ice cream with milk, and basically use the milkshake program. Okay. You might have subtly been seeing this throughout the video. And actually, one of the recipes it does have is iced coffee, except the ice cream was going to be coffee ice cream, the milkshake mode, but I knew I was going to be sharing this anyway, hence me going for the hazelnut ice cream, which is devastatingly good. So you've got to admit, their recipes, based on that snapshot, I mean, it's only the one, to be fair, has been pretty decent. But you can do this with any ice cream. Oh my gosh, it's actually got pieces of Reese's, like bands of it in there, and peanut butter. Look at that. So we can dump that straight in. Oh wow. And then because it goes up to the max fill line anyway, but we've got the volume to still add some milk. Let's do that. There we go. I won't go completely to the top. That's really loud. 94.9 decibels is in the very loud category and sits in the same category as heavy machinery or sporting event. Have we got a milkshake though? Oh, we have kind of, and I guess it will melt as it stood out more. Okay, okay. A little bit of cream and some sauce that's just fallen out already on the counter. That is a thin straw. It is not getting through there. Okay. Yeah, that's absolutely incredible. The milkshake mode, the lazy mode. If you cannot be bothered to wait 24 hours, you just want to make something in that thing, it's really, really good. Now, as I don't know what that rocky road's going to turn out like, I thought I'd just do one extra bonus mix-in test, just in case, on some store-bought ice cream. So here is some raspberry ripple ice cream going into the Ninja. We're just respinning it first of all to loosen it up, and then adding in some Oreo cookies and using the mix-in function, stirring it through. Now, I just did exactly the same with that with the Lidl machine too. Again, doing a respin. I could definitely now prove that the respin function works. It did a good job. Adding in the Oreo cookies too, and again, the mix-in setting. Or as the Lidl machine calls it, extras setting. Actually, the difference was pretty bonkers. Well, if this is all we got, this is the Lidl one, and it's actually bigger chunks in that one. The CREAMi literally, well, creamied it, obliterated it, and I don't know for mix-ins if that's what you want. I don't know if that's gonna show it slightly better back here, but that color difference is crazy, and I'm gonna love that. So let's see if Mrs. B can tell the difference, bless her, between this Rocky Road ice cream that we did mix in and extra in earlier. I don't know if this is gonna work. This is gonna be a really weird test, but I just wanted to see if you can tell in quite a runny ice cream if it's got mixed in well enough or not, right?
Okay.
This is the Ninja one. Oh, look, that's quite randomized at the top.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, you're gonna eat it? Cool, that's good.
Oh.
No, that's fine. Is it good?
Mm.
Could you just do a spoon in and see if you can see like a nice randomization of the ingredients in there? It's kind of like soup.
I got marshmallows, I got cookie dough and Oreo.
On your bite?
Yeah.
Oh. Is it scattered around well?
Yeah, I think so.
To be fair, that is actually set better than I thought. I genuinely thought it was gravy.
A soft scoop.
Yeah, I think I mean, it's very soft. You went, is there a difference in taste or something?
No, it's just the texture's still very different.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's still quite gritty, I want to say.
Really? Yeah, okay. So I've just proved that as well with the Raspberry Ripple test. I did it with store-bought, and that really pulverized the Oreo, so it really does feel like it's blending it more.
It still makes good ice cream though.
Yeah. Wow, that Lidl made Raspberry Ripple and Oreo ice cream is incredible. Did we just invent a flavor? So what do I think of it? I think it's brilliant on its own. If I didn't have the Ninja with me, whether it's the deluxe or even the standard version, I would probably not have noticed the difference that we did. It's good value. I love that you get 3 tubs with it. It's got all the functionality to get you by. I wasn't really a fan of the blade. It definitely didn't make it as creamy. It was also very loud, but I think ultimately that's it. If you really want a good quality thing that feels a little bit more safe, honestly, that sort of peace of mind by having it in that extra vessel, it all locking in place. I think to conclude, if I didn't already have the CREAMi, I would absolutely love this and it would get me by. I think it's just that side-by-side comparison today. There was, and that was actually quite surprising, a noticeable difference. Keep the links coming into machines from Silvercrest or whoever. There's lots of knockoffs you guys are sending me. You seem to like this, so I will get my way through them as much as I can. Subscribe if you're not already for regular videos. If you've watched the video this far, hopefully you've enjoyed the content and you want to see more. Thanks so much for watching, and if you've enjoyed this one, I'll probably link the Lidl wood fire review that I did recently too, so it's actually fairly similar comparison, except we're outside, and oh yes, there was a lot of meat. Cheers.